Good afternoon to one and all present here. I would like to give some important reminders to run this event smoothly. Kindly set your phone on silent mode. For your convenience, washrooms are to the right of the auditorium. Can we have a QR code? Well, you can see the QR code on screen. Please scan it so that you can see the phonic booklet, which would be useful for you to refer during the workshop, and also download it for your future reference. A very good afternoon to all the dignitaries, parents and teachers. I, G.D.Goenka, Mother Teacher of Nursery B, would like to welcome you all on behalf of the entire teaching fraternity of G.D.Goenka International School, Surat, to this knowledgeable phonics workshop. In midst of us to be a part of such a memorable and precious moment, we have a galaxy of eminent educators of G.D.Goenka International School, Surat. Our visionary and vivacious Director Principal, Ms. Jayashree Chararia, our dedicated Primary Coordinator, Ms. Shilpa Khandelwal, our promising Pre-Primary Coordinator, Ms. Ankita Mulya, our helpful Primary Assistant Coordinator, Ms. Sakshi Chugh, our inspiring Pre-Primary Assistant Coordinator, Ms. Shreya Narang, and our esteemed resource person, Ms. Ushma Kaparia. So let's start our day with a beautiful prayer by our students. The participants are Fiona Patel from 4th A, Arya Singhvi from 4th B, Prisha Jain from 4th E, Vivan Mehta from 4th A, Chavi Choksi from 4th A, Harvi Garmit from 4th D, Tavish Jain from 3rd B on keyboard, Love Kuteta from 4th B, Shaurya Garg from 4th A. Can we all please rise up? Thank you, dear children, and thank you, Vishal sir. Now, may I request our primary coordinator, Ms. Shilpa Khandelwal, to come up on the dais and give her valuable words for this event. Over to you, Shilpa ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anvi ma'am. A very good afternoon to all the parents present here. Good afternoon to the management and the guest speaker. Today, as we all know, we have gathered here for the language acquisition workshop. So I will just give you a brief about what you're going to take away from this workshop particularly. This workshop is not just about phonetics, all the letters or the sounds. There is much more which you will be learning. And the objective is basically, it's not just you learning it, this will actually help you teaching your kids in the learning process, since it is a mutual thing that the teacher and the parents together help in the learning process of a child. So the students are learning the reading and the other concept, the spelling concept, the comprehension and everything in school. But how you are supposed to take it further, this is what you are going to learn it from this workshop. So I am really happy enough to see you all who have taken the initiative and who have come up to learn something for your children so that their learning can be enhanced. So thank you so much, parents, for coming. Thank you, Shanti ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words. Now, I would like to request our Director Principal, ma'am, Ms. Jayashree Choraria, to set the tone of the event with her gracious words.
Thank you, Chani. A very good afternoon to all the parents and the teachers present here, and of course our resource person, Ms. Sushma Kapadi. Our vision at G.D.Goenka International School, Surat, is to provide value-based education with new innovations and ideas, so that our students grow into aesthetically rich, intellectually aware, and integrated young people capable of fulfilling their dreams and aspirations. It is well said, the ladder of success is best climbed by stepping on the rungs of opportunity. And we believe that parents and teachers together can create that world for the young learners. Today's workshop is also designed to create difference in the reading and understanding methodology in young learners, as they are in the most formative age of learning. We all speak, read, and communicate, which as a whole involve sounds to pronounce. It is important for children to learn letter-sound relationships because English uses letters in the alphabet to represent sounds. Children who receive good teaching of phonics will learn the skills they need to tackle new words. They can then go on to read and kind of text fluently, confidently, and read more accurately. A systematic approach of teaching phonics means teachers take a planned, thorough approach and teaching children the simplest sound first and progressing all the way to the most complex combinations of letters. It teaches this information actually helps the children to learn how to read. Children learn the sounds that each letter makes and how a change in the order of letter changes a word's meaning. They will learn how to decode letters into their respective sounds, a skill that is essential for them to read familiar words by themselves. Effective phonics instruction is important because letter sound knowledge is the foundation needed to build up reading and writing abilities. Most words are unfamiliar to early readers in print, even if they have spoken knowledge of the words. I strongly believe when the goal is same, zeal is equal, and the synergy is high, destination is not far. I wish all a happy learning process and God bless you all. And that is the reason we have even made it a compulsion for the teachers till class, from class PG to second, and rather I think class 4, 3, 4 also, to have a session in phonetics and a degree in that, which includes me also. I'm still there to get into that particular degree. So I'll be taking your help, Ushma ma'am, and the stage is all yours. Parents, you are very important stakeholders. We in school and you at home. Together we can make the learning fun for our children. In their growing years, they won't even understand they'll learn something because we would make them understand the learning in a very fun and enjoyable way. Thank you. Please attend the workshop which you have actually taken the initiative, taken your time out in this rainy season with all your work back at home. But then children are priorities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your such kind and motivating words. I request you, ma'am, to please be on stage. Today we have with us our affable Miss Ushma Kaparia. I request you, ma'am, to please come up on the dais. I request our Director Principal Ma'am to kindly felicitate Ushma Ma'am. So now, let me share a gist about Miss Ushma Kaparia. Miss Ushma Kaparia is a literary educator and founder at Letterpillar. In her 15 years of professional career, she has motivated more than 2,000 students to read and spell with confidence and comprehension. Her main idea is to instill love for books in young children. With a bachelor in education, she has also earned a certificate in English language teaching to adults by British councils. She owns various diplomas in early childhood education and is a certified phonics trainer since many years. She has also conducted several enriching workshops for teachers from different schools and cities in India. Thank you so much, Jayashree ma'am and Ushma ma'am. Understanding the importance and value of appropriate language development in early years. This workshop has been organized for the parents of pre-primary and primary section. Before we learn the integrity of a language that is adopted by 67 countries as their official language, let's go back to the history and ponder on the origin of English. 15 years ago, Danish tribes angels crossed the English Channel, followed by German and Dutch, and settled in Wales. The blending of their language gave birth to English. It may come to you as a surprise that a philosopher is recognized as the father of English. Can anybody name the philosopher? Anybody? Who knows the name of that philosopher? Okay, so it's Geoffrey Chaucer, who is an English author, poet, and philosopher. English is referred as world language and lingua franca of the modern era. There are a lot of ways that can help children learn English, from the time that they are babies to the time that they are in high school. There are many little steps you can take along the way. Rhyming and singing songs, reading out loud, sounding out letters, going to the library and reading books together in your home language. This workshop is filled with tips for what you can do at home, fun activities and ideas on how you can prepare your child for a lifetime and love for reading. So not taking much of your time, let me invite Miss Ushma Kaparia to take the workshop ahead. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. How many of you are here after lunch? You've had your lunch? You've not had lunch. So are you waiting to go home? Oh, nice. I was just thinking how many of you have come with sleepy heads, but you are still making effort. Just a minute, Yeah, so you have made effort. I think ma'am has been too generous with her words and she has already extended gratitude that you made an effort and you are here. How many of you are KG parents? Wow. Grade 1, grade 2? Nice. Okay, so like we have got the brief of the workshop. All of you have come here with a purpose. If you have made an effort to take out time even for an hour, you have come not letting your time waste and you have invested your time in taking something home from here. Can I have some feedback from you? What are you looking forward to in this workshop?
Sound between C and A.
Okay, okay. Precise, that's very accurate question. Anyone else?
How to explain the child? How to explain the child that G is for giraffe and J is for jug?
Okay.
Question.
Confusion between the pronunciation of double O and U sometimes.
Okay. Okay. So I think, ma'am, it's quite nice. We are getting very precise questions. All these kind of questions are not generalized. You are coming with very precise questions which is related to academics. Maybe you have come across such situations, or maybe you are just inquisitive, but it is closely related to academics, and we will try to cover a lot of it in this. And if not, then you can always go to the teachers, or at the end of the session, if you have some time, you can just come to me privately and we will run through that. For all the KG parents who are here, children are already at word level. Yes? Yes, they are already at word level. How many of you are happy with the level at which your kids are? Okay, nice. Yes. And how many of you feel there is a, I wouldn't say that they are not performing well. That is never something that I would like to put any child through, that situation that the child is not performing. But whether it's me, you, or any human or an adult, there is always a room for improvement. Today, whatever knowledge little I have, I still feel even in my subject there is a lot of room for information, lot of room to improve, and because English is such a vast subject. So today, yes, we will try to cover a few questions that have come here. Few are not covered here, like silent words or something that precisely. C and K, we can take it once we do the phonic sounds. Yes, can we move on the slide, please? Next one. Our agenda for today, language acquisition process in young learners. So first, how many of you are attending the workshop for the first time? Yeah, right. So understanding how language acquisition process happens in anybody. Obviously, ऐसा तो कभी होगा नहीं कि 10 साल तक बच्चा बोला नहीं है और 11वें साल से बोलने लगा. So language acquisition definitely happens from young age, and that is how we move upward. So we will try to understand how we acquire language. Of course, we will do phonics. We will go a little into the technical part of it, where we will focus on long sounds and alternative spellings. We'll go through some grammar concepts, reading comprehension, punctuation, and how you can make learning fun at home. I hope by the end of session you already have a few ideas of how you can make learning interesting and how you can indulge with your children in the learning process. Yes. Next slide, please. Okay. The first thing first, how do we acquire language? Whether you are Hindi, Bengali, English, Gujarati, whichever caste, creed, color you belong to, there is language. Language is the mode of communication. Agree? Yes? No? Very, very important. There are verbal communication and non-verbal communication. If I'm standing here and if I'm standing like that, you already know the kind I am. And if I'm standing like that, you know my attitude. So these are non-verbal signs of communication. We are going to do the verbal signs of communication. Can you tell me, how do you think, from when does the child start learning language?
Day one, the child.
Since they are born. And how do you think they learn the language?
By surrounding what people are talking to each other.
By observing. So they observe with all their senses. Eyes, ears, everything is open, right? And they are learning from whatever they listen, like you rightly said. So in the factors of language, in your expectation, when you say mera beta bolta nahi hai, before you have any complaints for your child, it's very important for you to understand the attributes of language. These are the 4 pillars for any language. We are talking about English and we are going to do English, phonetics, पढ़ो, जानो, एकदम, it's trendy, right? आजकल phonics चल रहा है. क्यों? And why is it important? स्कूल में चल रहा है, बात एक है. बाहर चल रहा है, secondary thing. How is it helping the child is what we need to understand. And is your child at that level is what we need to know. फिर जहाँ से भी मिले, the child should be facilitated with these pillars. First thing is listening. Like you rightly said, from day one, even I would say even from the womb, the child listens and the child gets the gravitation and the child gets the language. However, from the time the child is born, you are talking to the child. And how do you talk to the child? Can you please tell me, when your child is born, how do you talk to the child? In your mother tongue? But do you break the mother tongue? For example, you are Hindi. Cha, o, la, o, chalo. Do you tell? Kha, a, na, a, khate hain. Do you break like that? No. How do you talk? Normally. So the child from day one listens to a normal tone, normal language, normal fluency, and constantly is when the child will reproduce that. The first word, mama, papa, chalo, khana, book, कब आएगा? 5 महीने में, 6 महीने में, 8 महीने में, कब? At least 11 months. Baba, tata, babbling. I'm talking about language expression. 1 year, 11 months, 1.5 साल, 2 साल, fluency कब आएगी? Much later. तो आप बोलना छोड़ देंगे? Not a no. I got that in your voice. No. Same thing. So when it comes to English, when the child will start learning English in school, the child will give that time to reproduce. So first is whatever the child will listen to, the child will speak. Whatever the child will read, the child will write. To make it a little more simpler, listening and reading are inputs and speaking and writing are outputs. तो पहले तो सुनेंगे तभी तो बोल पाएंगे. You will have to give 100% of language exposure, तब शायद. मेरा बेटा तो घर पे इंग्लिश बोलता ही नहीं है. आप कितना बोलते हैं? Suddenly, I quite understand. You will go home and say that from today you have to talk to me in English. If I tell you from today you talk to your mother-in-law in English, will you be able to do that? We can't have unreasonable expectations from the children. Whatever we give is what they will give us. So we focus on the inputs, and speaking and writing, we have to give it time for them to give it out to us. Yes? Am I clear? And a language is acquired in this stage only. You will not start writing French before you know the sounds or before you know anything about it. The child will have to know, listen, read. Last is writing ability. As a drawing, if you want the child to learn the letter, तो whether आप कौवा सिखाओ के अ सिखाओ आ जाएगा. But if you want them to put it in practice in proper context, you will have to follow these steps. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. Okay. Now, can you recall or narrate any conversation between you and your child? Can anybody? Anything. That ma'am isne ye bola, whatever. Somebody told something, you responded. Yes?
So I'll just I'll just take a recent conversation because it is related to phonics only.
Okay.
So yesterday, she was saying because every class में नया नया सीखा है बहुत से भारत. So she was saying बहुत से भारत. I said okay, and what do you say Bharat in English? She said India. So I said, and how do you start? Which letter you start from India? So she said E, and I didn't correct her. The conversation got cut there because I.
But when she said that it starts from E, it's correct.
Yeah, that's what I didn't.
Phonetically, it's correct.
Yeah.
She must have been taught India, igloo, incorrect, ink pot, inky the mouse, it's E. So her understanding is correct. Now, when you are telling this to me, what I wanted to understand is that when you are telling me about a conversation or when you are telling somebody about the conversation, you are talking to a friend or wherever it is, there are two things happening. You told me this in English. Did you communicate with her in English?
Yeah.
Yes, you communicated with her in English. So a possibility is you are thinking in that language and you are reproducing in that language. If English is not fluent in your family, you will think in your mother tongue and you will respond in English. So what are you doing there? You are translating. So your brain, there is a skill involved here. You are decoding one language, you are understanding, you are translating to another language. So for that you need two language, you need vocabulary to express that, you need vocabulary to understand that and then reproduce it and to connect to somebody in that another language. So here also there is a skill happening. Now we will talk about the thinking language. For us, thinking language usually is our mother tongue. If you want your child to be that fluent in English so when they are doing creative writing or when they have to generate an idea, there will be picture in the brain, pictures will come, the vocabulary will come and then you will try to form it in another language. So there is a lot happening there. If you are expecting your child to create even a sentence, if you want the child, if you showed a picture of a rat and if you want her to tell me a sentence with rat, there's a lot of thought going behind it. So there is the thinking language. For that again, the soul, the food for soul is exposure. You focus on input and then they will focus on output. So thinking language is also a very important attribute you consider while you are thinking about any language. Yes, ma'am, can we move ahead, please? Next slide, please. By the time we reach in the next slide, I think some of you are sleepy. Can we get up and do a brain gym? Let's do one brain exercise to see how alert you are. Can we please stand up? Okay. Okay, how many hands do you have? Two hands. So what we are going to do is left brain, right brain, two sides of brain. Yes, we are going to see how two brains are coordinated and how they work together and they can do magic. So one hand is going to go aage and the other hand is going to come piche. It's like this. One hand is going aage and one hand is coming piche. Can you please try? How focus? Bring your concentration. It will. Focus. Mothers are magical. You will be able to do that. Yeah. Either this. No, how many of you? Starting means difficult. Try to focus. Can. Then you will be able to. Okay, let's try something else. Hungry but busy.
That is easy.
Yeah? Let's try faster. It's going better. Comparatively easy. Now you want to try this again?
Seems like it will get inside.
Okay, let's try something else. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Let's try The best way to practice language is, let's try a tongue twister. I'm going to give an easy one. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Can you speak for 5 times? Let's start with 5. Let's try in the mic. Chorus nahi allowed. Roller, 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 rollers. I can't hear. Who would like to try in the mic? So let's try. It's
Upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller.
We have language experts already. The next one is blue blood, black blood. Can we reach to 8 times?
Blue blood, black blood, 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 blue blood, black blood.
Can we have a round of applause for her? Well tried. So these are the fun ways, and let me tell you, when you Google it, you will get these kind of tongue twisters for every sound. Any letter sound you want to practice or any kind of, and this, आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि इसमें क्या है? Believe me, when you go for official courses of language development, tongue twisters play a very important role in terms of your pronunciations and proficiency. So if there is any sound that the child can't make, you can do these kind of fun things to get them practicing certain things. Now, what is the approach, the top approach of acquiring language? First is, naturally, you would have seen in nursery you had basic sounds, and then gradually children try to blend the words, and they made words. So reading and spelling comes first, then words in context. Once they get the vocabulary, they will learn how to put it in sentence, or they will learn how to put it in an idea and express it. The next one, sentence, and then they understand grammar, punctuation, and then idea generation. So for all the KG parents, by the end of the session, or by the end of the KG class, children should be able to compose sentences. They should be. If they are not, you have to make it a point and bring them to the level. I'll tell you why. The real shock, you will get it in grade 1. You are a CBSE school. Grade 1, you have CBSE textbooks. Abhi you will be very happy with the performance. CBSE textbook padhni hai. Why focus so much on English? It's because you are in an English medium school. आप maths भी English में पढ़ेंगे, EVS भी English में पढ़ेंगे, English भी EVS में पढ़ेंगे, computer भी English में पढ़ेंगे. So for you to have a strong base of English is very important. And that is why I think I'm so happy that you are making an effort to be a part of this learning process, when the school is taking an effort to help the parents to understand this side of the science. Yes, next slide please. We have spoken about LSRW, the alphabet. Yes, you know what is an alphabet? What is an alphabet? A to Z, they are not alphabets. It's an alphabet. Alphabet is a set of 26 letters. So when we are talking about alphabets, nahi aate. It's an alphabet. It's one set of 26 letter sounds or 26 letters. The next is, the set of 26 letters is divided into 2 parts. I'm sure nursery parents, ex-nursery parents and current KG and grade 1 obviously would know what are the 2 parts. Can we have them? Vowels and consonants. Excellent. How many vowels? 5. Okay. The word VOWEL is said as vowels. We are used to saying vowel. कल से बोलोगे vowels तो बोलेगा oh ho नया English style. No problem. You need to know what is correct, and the correct word or the correct pronunciation is vowels. So please get used to it. The change has to start from you. If you start using correct language, it may pass it on to the children and you will set the ball rolling. So, and why are vowels special? Can anybody tell me vowels are special? That information I'm giving you. Yes, please. They're all silent. In what way? For example, if I say cat, okay, ka-at, cat, is a silent? Yes, please.
That's the main sound in a word, in any of the words.
So for example, you are saying that's the main sound. You are correct. Most of the words have vowel sounds. There are some who will not have the letter A, E, I, O, U. For example, try, T-R-Y. But the sound is there. So in try, every word, the language is made with vowels, and even in try or dry or cry, where there are no letter as such of the vowels, but they still have the sound. The Y is doing the acting of the vowel. Yes, you had to say something.
Same I had to say, like vowels, you cannot make any words without using vowels.
Yes, yes. You are correct. The more important reason is 26 letters in all with combination can make 44 sounds. For example, if you know letter B makes B, it's not making any other sound. But when you talk about the 5 vowels, individually when they are standing differently in different words, they make different sounds. For example, it will come in the slide, but this is the time to tell you, in Pacific Ocean, tell me how many seas are there? Pacific Ocean. And 3, all 3 seas have different sounds. Pacific Ocean. So you see how tricky English is. In one word, same letter, different placement is making different sounds, and that is why phonology is very important. You think pre-nursery, nursery mein sounds aa gaye, kaam khatam. No. Phonics is not that much. Phonics goes much ahead of that. There are a lot of rules that you will be doing even in grade 1, even in KG, and it goes on. It's a long process. So आप जितना पढ़ोगे, जितना ज़्यादा, तब तक साइट वर्ड है. जो नर्सरी में साइट वर्ड था, वो शायद ग्रेड 1 में उसका रूल समझाएंगे. रूल्स तो सारे हैं, और हर एक रूल के 10-15 एक्सेप्शंस भी हैं, जो रूल फॉलो नहीं करते हैं. तो ये तो नेवर एंडिंग स्टोरी है. इट इज इन आवर हैंड्स कि हम कितना पास कर सके. दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. We have understood. I will not stress a lot on phonics. Is there anybody who is not clear with phonics or would want to throw some light on phonics? Everyone knows phonics. Can anybody quickly tell me what is phonics? Okay, sorry. Sounds of? Sound of letter. So phonemic awareness is tickled in the children from a very young age. What is phoneme? Phoneme is one unit of sound. For example, cat. Cat has 3 sounds. So you have identified 3 different sounds. So when you break any word to one individual unit of sound, that is phoneme. The study of phonics means all the letters have different sounds, and when the child can do grapheme phoneme correspondence, GPCs, that is, graph means जो लिखते हैं, the way letter is, phoneme is the sound. So when you associate the letter symbol to the correct sound and you understand that, that is phonological awareness. That is how children get phonological awareness, and that is how it progresses in their mind. So phonics is very important. I'll explain why. For example, the children, when we studied or when you studied in junior KG, senior KG, you were taught A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, obviously, BAT bat, DAT, DOG dog, like that you had spellings, yes or no? Yes. Then why now phonics? Out of all of you, there will be so many who will be able to fluently talk in English, spell correctly, then why phonics now? Anybody knows that? Basically, for example, if we take, which is this letter? Which is this? A. What is this? T. I. P. N. Jolly phonics के हिसाब से these are the first group of letters, okay? For example, if your child knows S as an S and A as an A and T as an T with no sounds, no phonics, will your child be able to make spellings with this? Your child will not. For example, if I tell your child SAT SAT, MAT MAT, PAT PAT, and then I tell your child to write man, will your child agree to write? No, because वो spelling तो आपने सिखाया नहीं है. But if the child knows the sound, now let's imagine that you know the sounds of these letters. Think as a child. Can you make sounds? Can you make words with this? Yes, can you make words? Please make. Sat, pat, pin, at, tip, tin, pan, at is written, and I'll write, span, spat, in, pins, spit, paint, tan. Any child from all of you who knows these sounds will definitely be able to read these sounds even if you have not taught them the spellings. This is the magic that phonic does to the child's brain or any human brain. If you know so many letters and if you know 5 words, so जब आपको dictation में junior KG में 10 words दिए जाते थे, you will not try the 11th one. But here, if the child knows the phonetic sounds, you give them any word, they will definitely at least try. But fail. Yeah, pass. That's not important. It's the willingness. So when we were talking about creating love for books, is when they will start figuring out कि एक sentence में से हम 4 words भी read कर पाते हैं, तो बाकी के chords तो हम join कर लेंगे. But we can still try. We understand the meaning, we read it. So phonics is very important at an early age. And main idea of doing phonics or main purpose of doing phonics is you start reading early. A nursery child who knows only 5-6 letter sounds and you start doing these words, the child will start reading words. Even a 3-year-old can do this. Yes. So now why you? Why have you come to the workshop, or why is the school trying that the teachers, parents should be a part? There is a learning, oh God, this pen is so funny. Okay, let's look at this. This is the learning triangle where the child is sitting on top. This is the cute little child. Here, one pillar, teachers. Other? Obviously. How many hours does the child stay in school? For you, yes, it is a little longer. But then your expectation from school is also not less. You want sports and co-curriculars and this and that. So, how much time the child is at school and how much time do you get at home? Definitely parents have more say in raising up a child. Definitely they listen to you. They are your biological kids. They have to. And when you influence them, bringing habits of reading, and if you make this strong, you are definitely supporting the teacher. Eventually for who? Who is on top? That is why for you to understand the basics of phonics or whatever methodology that is going on in school, it's a learning partnership, as I call it. It's a learning partnership between the teacher, the parents and the child. Yeah, can we have the next slide please? This is the video which you can listen to it consciously. For you from senior KG, the children need to know the sounds. I'm going by the word that you know phonics. Is there anybody who's confused in the sounds? Let me take a quick test. I'm going to say a word, you're going to tell me the beginning sound. Okay? Cat. Pat. Bin. Fish. Window. Velvet. Velvet. Starting sound तो एक ही है. Mama. Papa. School. Now, there is one gadbad. What all of you are doing? Can anybody identify? There is one gadbad. Yes. You are adding a. Yes. So when I say a pat, it's a per, not a per. You've added a free. It's p. Now I'm going to say all the letter sounds. Let me see. So phonics is 1 unit of sound. Don't add a. Try to make it as single as possible. Cut it to as single as possible. A makes A. B makes C makes D. G. C makes cake. भले accent लगे, भले style लगे, हकीकत ये है. D. D. E. E. F. G. H. I. I. E. E. Which one? E. E. Which one? Is it a pit or a peat? So which E? Short. We are doing short sounds right now. So make it as short as possible. E makes. E makes. I makes. J. K. L. Excellent. No L. No A. A घर पे. M. N. O. P. P. So when you're teaching this to the child, it's as if you put the powder. Hava. There are some voiced sounds, there are some unvoiced. So the unvoiced are the ones that they just make the movement, but there is no vibration on the throat. Yeah. Q. Every Q, there is a friend following always. Who's that? U. So it's always Q and U together. It's a quack, 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 quack. Always. R. 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 S. T. U. T. T. U. V. 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 Your teeth should touch the lower lip. There's a vibration. Violet. Van. W. Look at my mouth position. W. W. Very important for KG. This is the foundation time you're going to do this. If there is confusion here, tomorrow there will be confusion in spelling. So if you clear this right now, and X, yeah, out, Y, Z. Okay, I'll give you a trick. We will skip the video. Do you want to? We'll see the sounds. But I'll give you a trick. Whenever you're confused, कि भैया ये letter का sound short कैसे है? You always have to think of a word in your mind beginning with that letter. For example, you don't know what is the letter sound of M. Can you tell a name? Ma'am, Maki, monkey, whatever. Which is the first sound? whenever you are confused, I'm talking about consonants. Vowels में ये करने जाओगे तो गड़बड़. जब vowel is sitting in the middle, तब गड़बड़. If you are doing short sound, तो आपको ये rule application है. For example, A. Okay. E. E is all garbad. Can you tell me something beginning with E?
Elephant.
So do you say elephant? Do you say elephant? What do you say? Elephant. So how do you say that first sound? Eh. And the sound is very nice. You crack the egg like this. Eh. Can you crack and show me? Eh. So you know, whenever you think of egg, you imagine me cracking the egg. Eh. As short as possible. A, E. Then O makes O. U. We are doing short sounds. Please do not chew it like a chewing gum. No dragging. We are not doing long sounds right now. These are short sounds. And I'm assuming that all of you know these. Now we are going to watch a video. This has 44 sounds of jolly phonics. So yes, I have a question. Please.
Like when you said the vowel when vowel is not sitting in the middle, then of course you can check out the voice, the sound of that vowel, right? Like, but it is not happening in the case of one. Why one is starting?
Like I told, there are a million rules in English, but there are always. This is the standard answer you can give to the child, because by the time the child understands one, because there is a rule to that, but by the time you come to that rule, your child will grow old. So before that, you have to give it to the child, and the child will ask you a question. The child will question it, but at that time, if the child says कि भाई बुल में तो बल नहीं है, पुट में पुट है, कट में कट है, but they will question that. But then you have to say कि you spotted it correctly. This one stands differently. अगर आप ये बोलोगे तो वो different भी, it will stay in the mind. But you can't ignore कि नहीं वो छोड़ दो. You are correct. You have to give it to them if they are alert and they spotted an error. For them, it's an error. So you will have to give it to them. Yes. Any other question for short vowel sounds? Everyone's clear? What is the trick you are going to follow for the short vowel sounds? You think of a word and you focus on the beginning sound. That will give you phonics ke short vowels, short sounds for all. We will listen to this, then we will talk about long vowel sounds. Ant. Ma'am, the lip movement is not there.
A. Ink. Puff. Net. Cat. Air. Egg. Hop. Rag. Meal. Drum. Gurgle. On. Umbrella. Lollipop. Fish. Bat. A. Pain. Jam. O. Goat.
I, tie. E, E, B, or, fork. Z, Z, buzz. Wind. Strong. Van. Book. Ooh, moon. Yogurt. Fox. Chicken. Hush. This. Three. Quack. Ow. Ouch. Oi. Oil. You. Q. Mixer.
Any questions for all the sounds that you saw? There were some vowel sounds that were standing alone, and when they meet the other one, they change the sound. So usually when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. That's a rule. You will eventually practice it when you come across those kind of words. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. For example, OA. So it's OA. Which one does the talking? O. Boat. Did you understand the short vowel sounds absolutely clear? Can we write the vowel sounds? These are the short vowel sounds, right? Can you sound it for me? Think of a word. This is tricky. So when your children get confused, blame yourself. Because you are also confused. You try and understand. If it is difficult for you, it's definitely tricky for them. So you have to simplify this. Because here, इनका नाम E है, इनका sound E है. So there is already a lot. इसलिए इन दोनों को दूर दूर introduce करो. Okay, the sound. When you're thinking of a word, there is an auto-correction in your mind. Now, these are short. जब तक आप KG में हैं, ये चलेगा. But by the end, or maybe in grade 1, something very important are the long vowel sounds. So long vowel sounds का trick आपको बोल दूं मैं. Long vowel sounds are the names of these letters. Can you name the letters? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Easy? Short sounds, long sounds. Clear? Sure? Any questions till now? No. Okay. Can we move to the next slide, please? Now we go to, so you know the letter sounds, you know short vowels, you know long vowels. There is something very important called digraphs. Digraphs are something, for example, I'm going to tell you a story. There was one Harry Hatman, and he had a friend, Sammy Snake. Do you know what did Sammy Snake like to do? Sammy Snake loved to read. And when you want to read books, where do you go?
Library.
Yeah, you got it. So Sammy Snake loved to spend time in the library. But this naughty friend always wanted to play with Sammy Snake. So one day, the Harry Hatman, he came to meet his friend in the library. Hey! How are you, Sammy? Shh, said Sammy. I'm talking library. So if you want to be with me, you have to stay. So whenever Sammy and Harry Hatman are together, when they walk together, they are always two sounds, two consonants coming together and making one sound. They leave their own sound, they leave their own identity, make friends, and all together they make a new sound. So these kind of pairs are called digraphs. Though letters, digraphs. वैसे there are trigraphs also, but we will focus on digraphs. Can you think of any other word? The sounds were there on the board. Yes. Anything else? CH. Anything else?
Double O.
PH. So when two consonants come together and they make a new sound, they are digraphs. So there are short vowel sounds, long vowel sounds, digraphs, and एक और बता दूं. Will you remember कि कौन? What is happening here when two friends come together? They are losing their sound and creating a new sound. But if they meet together and they say, no, bhai, I don't want to lose my sound. मैं भी आवाज करूँगा, तुम भी आवाज करो. So if both of them make their own sounds, like, can you give an example? Two letters. Frog, fur. Club. Purr, bull, st, sw. And so on and so forth. There are a lot. They are blends. Bas, no technical part iske aage. This is it, I promise. Now we are going to learn how to blend them. I don't know, ma'am. Okay, yeah, here we are on blending. Perfect. So we are going to learn KG mein aap blend. I don't know. I think you have started blends in KG. Blending. Blending you have started. Blends are, bhai, welcome to English. Blends are different and blending is different. Now we are going to practice the skills of phonics quickly. These are the core skills of phonics. First is the letter sound that you understood. Then it's blending, segmenting, Letter formation and tricky words. I'll quickly run through two main important things. The first one is blending. How do you blend? Let's keep the letters on our sleeves. K, A. Okay, you just slide. Can you slide with me? K, what's that?
Blending.
Can you identify which word I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm giving you 3 individual sounds. You're putting them together. You're blending. You're blending the sounds together. You can take a card, teachers, and you can do this in classes. It's a lot of fun. From one sound, you go to cap, bus, red. So when you have a car, you have a toy, the child is on the sound, and when you can go to that, you are blending. How do you think is blending going to help? Excellent. Blending helps to read. Now let's try blends. Frog. So that's how blending. Same thing. So when you blend, you read. But dictation में गड़बड़. Read करना तो आ गया. फिर what do you think you need to do for dictation? You need to decode. If I say a word, you remember when you were in school, I'm sure your mothers at some point of time must have said, तोड़ के याद रखो, तोड़ के याद रखो. Sandhi Viched, we have come to segmenting. So when I say bat, you will in your mind, so you have to train this in your kids, especially for KG, even for grade 1, in your mind, how many sounds? For example, if it's bit, how many sounds? B, it. Write them down. You know the spelling. If I tell you, what is the, can you write wig? Wig. Write them down. You can write wig. Any word, phonetically, even if you say a word like stop, stop. If your child knows the basic 5 sounds that I told initially with an O, the child will be able to write stop. Pond. This is the magic of phonics. Yes, can we go? So we have done blending and segmenting. Any confusion? No. Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, is there any rule about TH? Sometimes TH sound th or TH d, like think or this.
So, for example, there is a soft sound and a hard sound. For example, thank you. Can you do this? Tongue out. Can you do this with me, please? Thank you. Yes, there is a rule, but it's thank you. And when you say THAN, than, it's not than. So TH is making 2 sounds. One is the soft one, think, thought, thank, this, that. It's not that. Yes.
The child comes and asks you, can I pronounce then like and? Why can't I pronounce like that?
Sounds are taught differently. Like double O, they said book, book, and moon. So when the rule is introduced in school, They will do the list of words. Those list of words will be introduced that way, practiced that way, and when they do a hard sound, those list of words will be given that way. They are taught separately. And when you teach TH and double O, both of them in Jolly Phonics, there is a technique to teach both. Everything here, whatever you go till grade KG, so definitely, even in grade 1, most of the letters, when you are open chapter, तो उसमें सारे rules नहीं आएंगे, but most of them have rules. If you are falling out of rules, then you have to treat it as sight words. So sight words is the next thing that we are coming at. Tricky words. The tricky words are the words जो भी आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहे पर sentence में आ गया. For example, the, THE, is the most common word used in English. Every sentence will have that in KG, but phonetically it is not appropriate. So it's a sight word. Children need to know sight words don't need to be broken. You don't need to break them. You have to take it as sight words, like McDonald's, like Coca-Cola, like any company that you see. When you talk about Nike, आपके दिमाग में सीधा symbol आएगा. So आपको spelling नहीं मालूम, फिर भी मालूम पड़ेगी. Are you getting it? So that's how they take whole words. That is the tricky word. It's a must to push reading, and how you're going to do that? It's by giving a lot of sight reading. You can label everything in your ghar. Table, chair, wall. Yes, sir, you put cards. Even nursery, KG children will start reading that. So that is how sight reading is. And writing, we remember writing is the last step. So it goes last. Ma'am, are you going to take that writing thing? Okay. So any questions on writing? Good. Then we'll skip writing. Can we go to the next one, please? Okay. So are we clear with the long sounds and the short sounds? Ma'am, can we have the worksheets, please?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have a question in writing. My daughter writes.
First, in which class? Mirror images you are talking about? I'm sure. Till grade 1, till the time they are age 5 to 6, it's absolutely okay to write mirror images. For example, if you are learning, imagine Urdu right now, or if you are learning Bengali, or if you are learning some French or German, you look at this. This is P, this is B, this is G, this is Q, this is 6, this is 9. How many lines and how many sticks? It is absolutely fair for the child to get confused. But they have very interesting ways of teaching the differentiation between. So this is bat and a ball. The. And then they are teaching it like duck has a doggy tail. So there are ways of doing it. Teachers will differentiate between B and D, but B and D reversing is very common. 80% of the kids do that at some point of time, whether in letters or numbers. 7 ulta likhte hain, 3 ulta likhte hain. So it's normal practice. Yes. Worksheets, ma'am, can you distribute the... So we have done the importance of sight reading. We are going to pass a worksheet. No cheating, you're just going to do task 1. Yeah, I think they'll take one and pass the rest. That will be quicker. Okay. Yes, I think that problem was raised. Silent words is an issue for grade 1. So ma'am, we have to design special lessons maybe you can do for silent letters. K, N, W, R, there are a lot of these things, but they need to know, just like they will know blends, just like they'll know diagrams, they have to know that these are silent words. So for example, if there is a confusion in one silent one, for example, KN, no, then you tell them night, KNIGHT, KNEE, KNOW, all these words, they are in a particular pattern. When you will cluster, when you will teach in group, they'll remember faster. Yeah. Yes? Finish reading? Yes. You know what is this? Yes. Sight word reading. Your brain is trained to read sight words. So you see everything is galat, but you read the entire passage. Did it make sense to you? So that's the magic. Yes. Short sounds and long sounds. Quickly, can you do the task 4 also? You just have to fill in the simple sounds, which is very easy. You will be able to do it. Are we done? With task 4, everyone? Everyone's understood the difference between short sound and long sound? Are you sure? For example, please stand up with your worksheets. We are going to do the raindrop activity. Okay? You have to identify. I'm going to say a word. You are going to keep your worksheets down on your seats. You have to identify. I'm going to say a word. For example, if I say bat, short sound or long sound? Excellent. If I say paint, short sound, long sound? If I say ball, all? Short or long? It is a short sound. Don't go by the spelling, go by the sound. Go by the sound and focus on that. For example, if I say raindrop, raindrop. Rain is long and drop is short. So what you're going to do is rain drop. Okay. Short ke liye down and long ke liye you will go. Okay. Raindrop. Rain drop. Good. Hop. You have to do the action. Yeah. Hop. Hope. Excellent. Yes, yes. Be confident you're doing correctly. Okay. Again. Sunflower. Sunflower. Good. Then let's do popcorn. So can we do popcorn again? Yes. Very nice. Can I have bat? बैट कहाँ बीच में रह गया बैट हाँ तो कॉन्फिडेंट शॉट बैट बेट एट बेट फोकस एट बेट What is the spelling of A? A sound? AI. Is it a short sound or a long sound? So bait is a short sound. मतलब खाली e o like a cop. So do cop. No cop. Cape. Cap. Cape. Hop. Hope. Map. Map. Mape. Tap. Tape. Very nice. So you have understood the long sounds and short sounds. Excellent. Please have a seat. You have passed the test. Now we are going to do something one step ahead of that. You know the long sounds. Don't see the worksheets right now. You have seen the long sounds. Ma'am, next slide please. There is something called alternative spellings. How many of you are familiar with the word alternative spellings? Listening to it, what do you mean? What do you think? Can you interpret what is alternative spelling?
You can choose another set of letters to make a same word.
So maybe you can choose different set of letters to make the same sound. Let's see. For example, ma'am, next slide please. Next. One more. Okay. Can you read the words? Can somebody read the words for me, please? Anybody? Yes, please.
Cake, rain, say, paper, eight, rain, day, ballet, cafe, Sunday, steak, matinee, and then fade, straight, watch, gauge. Yeah, I can't gauge.
Can't gauge that? Yeah, so you can't gauge that. Right. So what do you see in this? All are long. Something else?
They make same sound, but they are
Rain and rain. Okay. Do you know all these words have the sound A? But in all the words, the letters making the A sound are different. Yes? So one sound can be made in how many combinations, in how many possibilities is alternative spelling. So for example, if you give dictation to your child and the child has to write bait. So the child may write B-A-T-E, or the child may write B-A-I-T, or the child can write B-A-E-T. Anything is possible because in 8, E-I-G-H. In paper, it's the magical E. We'll come to magic E. So basically, these are alternative spellings. And by the way, matinee show, it's matinee. So when you go for, I'm sure the whole world in Surat says matinee, but it's matinee. And that is how all these words have the A sound in its own combination. Then what do? Can we have the next slide please? So these are the combination of alternative pairs. The first one, AI, AY and A with a letter and then E. All three of them are making the A sound. How many of you understood this?
But all the spellings of that child will be considered right.
No? Why? Not at all. That is the point of us understanding this. But the child's brain is functioning correctly. But the child needs to know. And how will the child know? If we know, if we pass it on to them, if teachers know, teachers pass it on to them. Practice, read. It should come in their eyes, they should be corrected. How are you going to tell them? 5 baar likho? Do you think that's how it's going to work? They'll never remember. That is child labor and that is child abuse. Please don't do that. Write 10 times, write 15 times, usse yaad reh jayega. It's very demotivating. Kabhi nahi hoga. But When you explain them the rules, they will remember. And if you tell them different usage and if you guide them patiently, they will. Sooner or later they will. Different children, one size doesn't fit everyone, right? Everyone has their own sizes. So every child has its own capacity to accept certain things. If you become impatient, the loss is child's. Child will not know, child will not learn. Now, the first example we are taking, AI, AY. Let's first understand these two. Both of them are making the A sound. In KG, you will be introduced to AY, like a D, A, day, Th, A, pay, pull, A, play, St, A, stay, Gr, A, gray, A, may, today, bay, stay, aa gaya, okay. So we are, I have, yes.
I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but is this the case that when the A sound comes in the end, it's AY?
Exactly. It's evident when the words are listed, when the A sound is at the end, everywhere it is AY. So now you can connect the dots. When the A sound is in the, it will be AI. Let's try. Pain, paint, strain, gain, rain, maintain, afraid, train. I am giving you a little different words so you get to look at a little longer words also, that this rule will hold. However, there is an exception. For example, but this rule for senior KG and grade 1 is sufficient for them to know. They will apply this rule very confidently. Then I think in grade 1, will they get the rule of magic E? I will explain the magic E rule quickly to you, then we'll move ahead. So we did long and short, right? For example, cap, tap, map, okay, these are CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant words. In KG, mostly you will have CVC words, right? Now we are going to do the magic. For example, let's say, what does the magic E do? When the E comes behind any CVC word, it will quietly go and join the word and sit quietly at the end. But what it has done? It has made the vowel sitting in the middle stronger. How did it make it strong? That vowel is going to say its own name. Let's try. For example, ka-app. Sitting quietly did magic here. K. Ta-app. Magic. Take. Ma-app. Magic. Make. Ta-it. Fight. Might. Sight. Right. Glide. Bite. All magic keywords. Cup becomes. This is the rule of magic key. With me or no? Clear? Easy to understand? This is very important for every vowel. A, E, I, O, U. कोई भी वाल बीच में हो, अगर पीछे ई आया तो ये मैजिक हो जाएगा. This is one very important rule for grade 1. Yes? So we have done magic E also, and we have done alternative spellings also. These are the pairs of alternative spellings. Everything has different rules. For example, OA, like a O, goat, boat, float, afloat. So that and O with a magic E. Can you give me an example? Rob and robe. Mob and mob. Mop and mope. Anything. I'm just giving nonsense words. But the rule applies here. O, W making the O sound. The next point that I was coming to, you automatically got that point. You said cow. But we are talking about the O sound. As in shallow, marshmallow, fellow. 2-syllable words के पीछे. It's welcome to English. See, I am at a very good position. जो मुझे नहीं मालूम होगा मैं तो बोल दूंगी English. No, that's not the point. But like we discussed, everything has an exception. So there are exception words everywhere. Like for example, he, him, his. She, shim, she's nahi hai. So this is endless.
Yeah, even with train, like you were saying, train and trade.
Yes, train and trade. TRAIN and magic E wala TRADE, trade. So ये question तो मतलब they are alternative spellings. It's all, but they have the whole point of understanding this is it is grouped with rules. तो अगर आप एक रूल कराओ उसका फैमिली करा दो कुछ बाहर रह गया तो उसका नया रूल होगा या तो वो एक्सेप्शन होगा. So it is easy when you are stuck at home कि कोई चैप्टर में if you find a similar pattern, you can make an extra effort, list down 5 words, take them to the internet, show them the sentences, understand the rule. It is very interesting. It's not complicated at all. And stop there. Jitna matlab if you go in that googly, it's gone lost. But if you understand this rule and stay there, it's fun. Yes, can we go to the, for example, OI and OY. Same rule, AI and AY ki tarah. Yes, clear? So these are alternative spellings. Ma'am, can we go to the next slide, please? We have done about it. Can you read this, please? Read carefully. Shall we do it together? For example, if the GH sound in enough is pronounced as enough, and the O sound in, what is that word? Women is pronounced as the short E, women. So it's GH is, then O makes the I, and TI in the nation is pronounced as sh. Then the word GHOTI equals to fish. This is the world of English. So So if you go to connect the, I understand there are a lot of questions. We have just warmed you up here. You are already understanding कि ये ऐसा है तो ये ऐसा क्यों नहीं है, ये अगर ऐसा, you are questioning. Find your answers. And definitely the children, if you think, oh bhai, this is too much, let me just forget it. No. Instead, bit by bit, if you do this with your child, it will make a great difference and it will be a lot of fun. Okay, next one please. Comprehension. The whole purpose of calling all of you here is this. Phonics हो गया KG में, कोई भी लेवल पे, वर्ड लेवल पे हो, सेंटेंस लेवल पे हो, पैराग्राफ लेवल पे हो, ऐसे लेवल पे हो, कोई भी लेवल पे हो, this is the place where children topple a lot. Very serious issues lie here. For example, if you are at word level, तो ठीक है कि बच्चों को पढ़ना आ रहा है, मीनिंग नहीं खबर है. Words say they'll go to sentences. If they will miss understanding sentences, forget what will happen about paragraphs. And if they don't understand paragraphs, forget about what will happen in the lessons. Textbooks gone. Comprehension is very important. Before I forget, one interesting website is readworks.org or .com. Readworks. They have very good passages. I don't know how aware people are here, but by the end of, I think, 2035, it is expected that a 4-year-old who is reading should read fluently, age appropriate, 60 words per minute. So, you have to train the children to read that, and this website is going to do that. They have age appropriate passages and readworks.com or .org. I think you will have to look it up, but you will have to register on it. Please register, and you will get age appropriate passages. Ma'am, is there any confusion? You can please. What is that dispersal time? 10. All the children maybe who are finding mothers and are here can come here in the auditorium. Yeah. Yeah. So, can we go ahead or should we pause for this? Yeah, so you can register there. It's a very interesting website. And then once you start doing that, you will find more things. Comprehension, readworks.org. Reading comprehension, video comprehension, audio comprehension, and picture comprehension. These are the different kinds of comprehension. For KG, nursery and KG, you can start picture comprehension. Going on aage. Let's do one comprehension. Ma'am, can we have next slide, please? You have a task on your worksheet, task 3. Can you please solve that?
the parents of grade 1 and 2. Children, I mean the dispersal has already started, but don't worry, they'll be with the teachers only, as it's raining there. So they'll be kept in the classroom. Is there any child who will be waiting, staying back? Yeah, so they'll be in the classroom, as it is a self pickup is from the section itself, from the classes. Right? So just text your teachers that they'll be waiting there till the workshop gets over. Okay.
We are just 10 minutes over. Yeah. 10 more minutes. Yeah. 10 minutes. The last thing is going to be a fun thing after you finish the task. Have you finished the task? Okay. Did you like this task or not? This one. This is the kind of comprehension. Do you think children will like looking at the picture? And do you think they like finding things, spotting things? But they are reading sentences, they are using their brain, they are comprehending the meaning and they are answering. Same way they have audio comprehensions, whatever is their favorite Gana, if they are listening to, mind you, I am not responsible for the lyrics of the songs they are listening to. But if you can filter that and if you can control that, you can ask questions to them if your answers are controlled. And so there are a lot of audio comprehensions available, video comprehensions available, whatever video they are watching, whether they are watching Peppa Pig, whether they are watching Cocomelon or whatever is their favorite video, comprehension questions are always possible. Even if you are reading a book at home and you ask something, that what happened, what do you think Goldilocks must have done? Or what do you think if you were in Goldilocks' place? Get their brains activated, let them think. Our children don't think. We give a lot of information. We have to elicit information from them. We have to let them think and ask us questions. Here we have so much to tell them that they are pushed down to stay shut. Please encourage them to come up with their ideas, is when they will have brilliant things coming up. So I think comprehension is very important in any context. Whether you give them a picture, whether you give them text. Text तो definitely बहुत ज़रूरी हो गया, but text is also very important. Any confusions for comprehension? Okay, now we are going to come to something very interesting. Once they start doing sentences is the big problem. What do you think? What are the rules of writing a sentence? Can anybody tell me? KG में आएंगे sentence. By the end of KG, they should write sentences. What are the rules of sentences? Yes, please.
One is it starts with a capital letter.
Excellent. Capitalization, very important. Proper punctuation. There we are. So we go to our next topic. That is punctuation. Can you all put everything aside and stand up? Now, we are going to do something very interesting. We are going to learn Kung Fu punctuations. Okay? Have you tried Kung Fu ever? Can you try? Ha! Louder. Ha! More say. Ha! Once again, can you try? Ha! I want to eat a cake. Ha! Very good. So where do you think I'm using ha? So in place of? How are we going to keep the full stop? Ha! You have got that punctuation correct. Are you ready? So when I say a sentence, we are going to end with a ha. Who is going to come with me? Question mark. Question mark. What do we do for the question mark? We have she, ha. Come on, let's try it one more time. It is so much fun. Ha. Did you come with me? She, ha. What a beautiful day. Then exclamation. So what do you think we will do? She, ha. Okay. Wow, you look beautiful. She, ha.
No, it's exclamation under wow.
So exclamation is after wow. So let's do wow. She, ha. You look beautiful today. Ha. punctuation. So we have done full stop, we have done exclamation, we have done question mark. Now we are going to do something that is my favorite. Comma is she. She. Okay. We are going to do quotes. And you know what is that? Ram said, where are you going? Ram said, where are you going? She. बंद करना भूल गए? Okay, now let's try doing that with the worksheet. I'm going to read. No, you're not going to look. I'm going to test. Hooray! It's time to celebrate. Hooray! It's time to celebrate. Excellent. Can I borrow your book, please? Can I borrow your book, please? You think your children will like she? How will they do? She. Good. It is a beautiful day. Wow, what a lovely day. What, did you enjoy the punctuation? Now, don't say it. I'm going to say the punctuation and you're going to show me the kung fu punctuation of it. Can you show me full stop? Can you show me exclamation? She. Question mark? She. Colon? Okay, can you show me comma? She. It's a proper she. Show me. Okay, now I'm going to ask again. Ram said, where is my mama? Ram said, she. Where is my mama? She. Excellent. Mama replied, I'm here. Mama Very nice. Can I once again see exclamation mark? She. Can I see a full stop? Question mark? She. Can I see a comma? She. Can I see colon? Kung Fu Panda, you remember this? Yeah. And are these punctuations going to be helpful? Yes. Believe me, it looks funny, but imagine the fun children will have. When after the sentence they have to do ha, you think they'll miss that chance? No. It is important to understand the science of writing correctly. आगे जाके बहुत काम आएगा. Whether you want to compose a poem, whether you want to compose a paragraph, passage, formal letter, wherever in life, punctuations play a very important role. And punctuations also change the meaning. So where you put a comma will change the entire meaning of the sentence. And while in speaking, the stress in the sentence. For example, I'm just saying I love you. Okay? Can you show different ways of saying this? You have to use these words. Okay, let me do that. I love you. What does that mean? I love you. What does that mean? I is in the phone. Forget punctuation. Explain the meaning to me. I love you.
comes from our side.
Okay. I love you.
मैं सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ.
I love you.
lot.
So when I'm changing the stress, it is changing the meaning. आप भले हिंदी में बता रहे हैं, but the meaning of the sentence is changing. How is this important? To express the correct meaning. I did not wrote that book there. Depends. I did not put the book there. It means मैंने वो book नहीं रखी है. I didn't put there. To understand how is the same sentence, different stress, it's changing the meaning. Same way in punctuation, if the comma goes एक इधर या इधर, our children are less accepted. They are not used to punctuation correctly. So it's very important. We do come to punctuation with them, and I am sure it will not go out of their mind. Please take your seats. Thank you. Okay, now is there the last part that we had to throw a little light upon for especially grade 1, grade 2, KG is a little away from that, is the grammar part. Is there any problem in grammar? Grade 1, grade 2 mostly have nouns and verbs. So, are we clear with nouns and verbs? Any questions? Do you have any questions for the workshop on any concept that is done? Anything like the questions that you asked? Is anything missing? Okay, let's revise what have we done in the workshop. Quickly, one concept, just hold ke we are done for this. Sorry.
It's for the
Yeah, we are just closing, we are just going to revise. It's your choice if you are wanting to go. Can you just tell me the concepts that you have learned? Okay, why phonics for us? We have learned. We have revised all the sounds of phonics. How are you going to recall the phonic sounds? By trying to relating it to the word, and you will know the sounds. We have learned about vowels, short vowel sounds and what are long vowel sounds? The name of the letter. How do you write A? How do you write E? How do you write I? How do you write O? O-A as in goat. Double O makes the sound. How do you write U? And any other way? And E-W. Like a few. Okay. Then we have also done about alternative spellings. What are alternative spellings?
Rain and rain.
Same sound can be spelled differently. What are you going to do about that? Tell the children that these are the different sounds. Have that families put visually in front of them so they know that O-A, ye words hai, O-Y, whatever, ye words hai. Put it in front of them. Right. Then we have done magic E. We have done blends, digraphs, long sound, short sound, blending and segmenting, that is decoding, sandhi vichhed. Blending is going to help in reading, segmenting is going to help in writing in dictation, especially spelling. कोई भी level के spelling है अगर उनको break करना आया, cut करना आया, they will be very good at spelling. We have done comprehension, different types of comprehension. We have done Kuku punctuations. You're going to remember Kuku punctuations. Yes? Is there anything else that we have missed on? Yeah. So I am Ushma Kapadia from Letterwiller. Thanks a lot. It was very interesting. I'll see you sometime soon. Thank you. And thank you for the workshop. It was really so awesome. Thank you so much. Really nice.
Thank you so much, Ushma ma'am. Now, to end this event, I would like to call upon Pre-Primary Assistant Coordinator, Ms. Sakshi Chuk. Sorry, Primary Assistant Coordinator, Ms. Sakshi Chuk. Good afternoon to everyone present over here.
we have come to the conclusion of the workshop. First and foremost, I want to express my gratitude to Almighty God for making this today's event a huge success. My sincere thanks goes to our Director Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Jayashree Chararia, and the top management for their help and direction in organizing this event. I, Sakshi Chok, stand before you today to express the deepest gratitude to our parents for their immense support and participation in the Phonics workshop. This event would not have been successful without your valuable contribution and involvement. I would like to thank parents for taking the time out for their busy schedules to attend this workshop. Your presence not only demonstrates your dedication towards your child education, but also your commitment to their overall development. Your active involvement in the learning process is truly commendable. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the parents for entrusting us with the responsibility of educating the children. It is your faith in us that motivates us to strive for excellence and provide the best educational experience possible. We are honored to be the partners in your child's journey of learning and growth. Your active role in your child's education is truly invaluable. And we are grateful for your unwavering dedication. Together, let's continue to nurture and empower our children to become confident and proficient learners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sakshi ma'am. Can we have a school anthem, please? I would request everyone to rise up for the school anthem, and then you can move towards the pre-primary section for the self-learning kids and relish the refreshments as well. Just 2 minutes. And exhibition of the story techniques is also there.
My sweet adoration, to you I pledge my endless devotion. The rich knowledge we get with your guidance, our trust for you is growing higher. We are the children of G.D.Goenka. We are the family of G.D.Goenka. As we find ourselves and give the world the best of us, we pray and wait for the times so glorious. We grow with you and win laurels. We are the children of G.D.Goenka. We are the family of G.D.Goenka. We come and 2 flowers we bloom and fly as eagle on wings to blue, guided by mentors who teach us be true, to cross the bound and see the new. We are the children of G.D.Goenka. We are the family of G.D.Goenka.